Hi, I'm Matti aka Untitled Chapter, and I continue my list of 100 worst movies I've ever seen. And today from 50 to 41. And at the number 50 I have Dinosaur. For those of you who don't know, it's part of a Disney animated canon. I think it was released after The Emperor's New Groove, and it was the studio's first effort to a CGI movie. And, well, you have to start from somewhere, but keep in mind I haven't seen Home on the Range or Chicken Little, which are also considered quite bad in that same canon of films, so it may make a difference. But anyway, it's about these dinosaurs. There's this one dinosaur who is raised by monkeys, and their home island is get struck by meteors, so he and his immediate adoptive family runs away, and they find a group of other dinosaurs who are traveling to some sacred land or something, and then there's one asshole dinosaur who is kind of doubts about the leadership abilities of the main character, and then there's two carnosaurs, I think. They are meat eaters and stuff. But yeah, it's I haven't seen. I think I saw it in theaters, and that was 15 years ago. So it's a miracle that I still remember how the plot goes, but. There are certainly forgettable elements. The main character has zero charisma, and it's a rather... There's not much much characterization to anything, and the quality of animation hasn't aged well. It's lots of muddy colors, and it's unpleasant to look. Yeah, certainly not Tangled or Frozen. But let's move on to the 49, Getaway. Yeah, this was released only 2 years ago, and it's one of those movies that I watched from Netflix just so I could get some more variety to this list. Yeah, I watched a whole month of bad movies that summer. Never have I seen so much garbage in so little time. Well, Getaway, it's about this race driver, played by Ethan Hawke, and his wife has been kidnapped in Bulgaria, I think, and by some shady character played by John Voight, who is not seen most of the time, only heard from a telephone, and the driver needs to complete a certain task in order to save his wife, but then then comes to the bratty little teenager played by Selena Gomez, and they have all kinds of... They drive from place to place, and they are mostly in the car, really. It's just 2 hours worth of chase scenes, and they're not really good because they mostly happen in the dark, so it's really hard to make out what's going on, and the plot is really stupid, and the Gomez character is kind of annoying, and I get what they were trying to do. It has kind of these characters have the same kind of pulpy feeling like in Mr. Brooks. Yeah, that was the one. It kind of the characters kind of reminded me of that movie, but that movie had more interesting premise. The Getaway is just lots of noise and confusing camera angles and stupidity and yeah, I haven't thought Ethan Hawke as that much of a versatile actor, and this movie isn't changing my opinion about that anytime soon. He's kind of like this gruff voice. And number 48, Without a Million. This is a rather forgettable. It's a Finnish movie based on a play by my favorite writer Mika Valtari. And it's about this guy who gets scammed in the post. Scammed in. He's some accountant and he gets framed for some accountant related crimes. I checked the summary from Wikipedia before this and it didn't help me much in remembering what was even happening in the display. I'm sorry, have I read that play, but I have it, so let's not waste any more time in this film. I just got to move on. Let me check how much I have battery. Okay. So number 47, Alone in the Dark 2. Based on a video game, this movie has again, this is one of those that are kind of a mediocre bad. It's not memorable enough that I would remember much of it, but it involves the Detective Edward Garnby, this time played by Rick Yoon, and it has about those demons who are chasing him, and then there's they're trying to get some artifact or something. I think I read the plot summary on Wikipedia, yet I still don't remember what was happening there. And curiously, it had the Lance Henriksen and Danny Trejo also included in there. And yeah, it is not as... yeah, it's certainly not as offensive as the first movie directed by Uwe Boll, which will be in this list eventually. And yet another forgettable movie, Mask of the Ninja. This is so... I seen this 5 years ago on TV, and remembering this is even more hard because I couldn't find... it doesn't have a Wikipedia page at all, and the Internet Movie Database page only has the basic plot summary of some ninjas are trying to get some, I don't know, artifact. Oh, they kill some ninja guy and his daughter witnesses that, and the main guy played by Casper Van Dien has to protect her, and yeah, nothing more to say about that. But I have certainly more about the number 45, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. It is in more fresher memory, as I've seen reviews of it both from the Angry Video Game Nerd and the Nostalgia Critic, and yeah, even as a child it felt a kind of an underwhelming movie. I was kind of a fan of the Ninja Turtles when I was a kid. I had some figures, and well, I didn't watch that much of the TV show, but I was more familiar with the Turtles from those NES games, especially the Turtles 2 arcade. And yeah, that game still holds up, and it has an awesome soundtrack to it. But yeah, the third movie doesn't have any of... Yeah, and I also watched the two first movies, which are solid enough. But this third one is just really lackluster. And the turtles go in time to feudal Japan and they fight some generic general guy and some generic ninja guy, and it doesn't even have much of a fighting, and yeah, nothing more to say about that. This was just about of a ending to the old turtle movie trilogy, and besides all that, I haven't seen anything or experienced anything other turtles related. Not even the new movie which came out. Number 44, Casper, A Spirited Beginning. Ah yes, Casper makes a return to this list, and I initially didn't remember about the things that I remembered about it were the awful CGI, and it makes the CGI in dinosaur look like Wall-E. That was just plastic looking, and those ghosts just looked awful. Well, it was in 1997, so I can give it some flack, but even in the first Casper movie they managed to make it more lively. Maybe they had a bigger budget or something, but as the name suggests, this tells about the origin of Casper the Friendly Ghost, and how he came to the land of the living after dying in mysterious circumstances. He was supposed to go to the land of the dead, but he fell out of a train, and then there's this one big ghost who I think was played by James Earl Jones. I remember the booming voice, I guess it was him, and he's trying to look for Casper, so Casper meets some kid who is lonely, and his douchebag father, played by Steven Guttenberg, doesn't take any attention to him, and then there's of course those three uncles who actually are not Casper's biological uncles. They are just called that in the ending because so he can be in the world of the living, or I guess it's a weird thing that the Casper doesn't want to. Yeah, I get that Casper died young, but that he doesn't want to go to the afterlife and experience new things. And once again, this has this. Oh yeah, in the land of the dead, they were training the ghosts to how to be ghosts and scare people and stuff. And you kind of need like special permission for that, but why do you want to haunt people unless you're a real asshole? And again, this goes to treat themselves like that there's a whole different race of beings. I mean, weren't they people before? And generally this kind of scare schools don't make any sense, because is that a really... what do you gain from it anyway? Is it just for the kicks? I mean, at least in Monsters Incorporated there had some kind of actual reason. But I'm disinterested already. And next we have Home Alone 3. Yeah, let's continue with the Bad Kids movies line. Well, I've only seen the first three. I haven't seen the fourth or the fifth movie, and I heard they are god awful. But third one isn't that well put together either. It doesn't have the same kid as was in the first two, played by the quite charming Macaulay Culkin. In this one, it's a completely different kid who kind of have some of the same quirks as the Kevin McAllister. Yeah, I don't even remember this new kid's name. Except that it was played by Alex D. Lynch, whoever that is. And yeah, it doesn't have many known actors. The only one who has gotten any sort of levity after this movie was Scarlett Johansson playing the kid's big sister. The second Home Alone movie was kind of cartoony, because yeah, eventually these kids, they are traced by some crooks who want something from them. In the third one, the kid accidentally got some race card that has a microchip from microchip that belonged to some North Korean terrorist or something stupid like that. And the second one was cartoony with all of its straps that the kid lay on to get the bad guys, and in the third one they should have died so many times. I mean, one of them gets a freaking grass cutter drop on him, and the only thing that it does to him is to make his hair messy. It's just well, it was directed by Rajah Gosnell, who is specialist in these kind of shallow kid movies like The Smurfs and Scooby-Doo's, but I thankfully haven't seen those. And speaking of more terrible, stupid kid movies, next one is Problem Child 2. I think this was the first of the 3 Problem Child movies I've seen. Yeah, there are only 3 Problem Child movies, and I've seen them in kind of reverse order. I saw the second before I saw the first. And I think I saw the third one also before I saw the first one. And the second movie, yeah, it's about this kid who behaves like anything what he wants to be, really, and he's a kind of a mean-spirited brat, except to his father, his adoptive father, played by John Ritter, I think. And there he has also this really douchebag, his grandfather, played by Jack Warden, and there's also Gilbert Gottfried as the school's principal. And well, I'm looking at the movie from a grown-up's point of view. As a child, I think I liked it more, but from today's point of view, yeah, I'm not very keen about the toilet humor anymore. It has a lot of that, and there's also the infamous vomiting scene at the carousel. Yeah, and this movie, the kid also has a girlfriend who is equally bratty, and they do some weird stuff. Oh yeah, there's the one case where the kid needs to fill lemonade for 2 childs who are selling lemonade at the stand, and he pees on it. And yeah, of course someone tastes it. It's stupid. I mean, even the first movie that used to be on this list, but has been dropped out long ago. Well, at least in the end it has some kind of heart to it, and its plot was more coherent. And I don't remember much of this movie's plot, except it involved some kind of fake marriage or something which the kid tries to stop. I don't know. Let's just go to the last movie from today, number 41, Big Daddy. This is the only one of those Adam Sandler related comedies I have scene. And it was quite enough. Oh, I see that I'm running out of space on this stick, so I just go over this quick. Adam Sandler adopts a kid, so he can show some responsibility, but of course he doesn't, and it's just 1.5 hours of piss jokes and irresponsibility. Apparently there's a Jon Stewart in some role. WTF? Yeah, I think this was the Adam Sandler comedy that put him on the map after his tenure in Saturday Night Live. I haven't seen much of that show either. Oh, I see I'm running out of time, so yeah, it's bad. So, just wait for my review of the Finnish Macbeth, and I'll see you then. Bye.